But I just want to go to the man of the moment because he's an exit pollster who's seen all the ups and downs. He's a bit like Nitish Kumar. आपने उतार भी देखा है, चढ़ाव भी देखा है, आप फर्श पे भी रहे, हर्ष पे भी रहे. Today you are smiling. I don't know how you will be looking on come Friday. I hope you are smiling on Friday. But Pradeep, these numbers that you have put, I just heard one of my panelists in the studio saying Pradeep Gupta is playing safe for once. Today you are batting like Sunil Gavaskar and not like Sachin Tendulkar. Why? What has suddenly happened that you are keeping all options open? At your top end, you could even have a hung assembly.
Rajdeep, you are giving good cricket analogy. I will reply in cricket analogy itself. पिच देख के बल्लेबाजी की जाती है. पिच का मिजाज के बल्लेबाजी की जाती है कि चौके छक्के लगाने हैं या सेफ डिफेंसिव गावस्कर की स्टाइल में खेलना है. So that is what is our role and job is to try and understand the insight of the people, what they want, what are their needs, aspirations, and preference. Most importantly, the voting.
No, so are you saying that the pitch is a tricky one? Let's be clear. Let's take this cricket analogy again. Are you saying this is a tricky pitch, which is why you've decided to do a well left? You've realized that this is not a pitch for sixes and fours. It is a close election. Am I right?
Yes, I am saying this pitch is in case of T20. This pitch is definitely not to score 200 plus runs. This is the pitch to score around 140, 150. That is the winning number.
Pradeep ji, lot has been made about the Mahila, the women vote. A margin of 5%, how does it really come together for the NDA? And what I'd like to ask you, if it is a close election, if it is the lower limit of the NDA and the higher limit of the MJB, then those 12 seats, which there is a friendly fight on, where the margin of victory last time was, in votes was 12,000. Every seat went down to the wire. How much will that come into play? You must have studied those seats as well, sir.
Definitely, yes, Preeti, and I will reply for seat by seat for those seats as well. Give me some time. But I would always say that these political party call it friendly fight. I call it suicidal fight.
That could be the game changer.
It suits them to, that discourse among themselves. But when it comes to the voter and the voter sees the symbol of both the party in the machine, they confuse, and in the process, the vote gets split and they get defeated.
So are they losing all those friendly fights? Is the Mahagathbandhan losing all the friendly fights?
I will give you the number, but majority of them they are losing. But I will give you the seat by seat number. Give you some time. But ने जो सवाल पूछा कि lower range and higher range of गठबंधन and lower range of NDA, इसकी क्या संभावना है और ये कहाँ से आ रही है, उसका मैं जवाब देने की कोशिश करता हूँ.
अच्छा प्रदीप जी, जो युवा
सारा तीनों डेमोग्राफी का जवाब दे दूंगा मैं, जाति का, महिला का और युवा का. जाति तो दैट कि सबके सामने MY यानी मुस्लिम यादव ने एक मुश्त वोट बड़ी संख्या में इनको किया. मुझे एक भी व्यक्ति यादव नहीं मिला जो बोले कि उसने जनसुराज को वोट किया. तो वहां पर पूरा का पूरा मुश्त एक वोट या AIM को सीमांचल में कहीं पर वोट किया. दूसरी बात, एक मुश्त वोट पड़ा है. नीतीश कुमार जी या NDA का जो सबसे
go back to your English now.
Okay, chaliye, okay. So I thought I am from Hindi government.
You're on so many channels now. You forget Hindi, English. But go ahead. You're playing on different pitches. Go ahead. That's why I said you're the Nitish Kumar in this election. Go ahead.
Okay. So now coming to Mahila, which is also 50%, and this election, if you see the election commission data itself, the age group of 18 to 39 contributes 50% of the electors. 18 to 39, 50% of the elector. And if you see our age-wise bifurcation, among first-time voter, Gathbandhan is having the lead. Among 18 to 20 to 29, decisive lead in both 37 to 46 and 44 respectively for the Gathbandhan, in favor of Gathbandhan, and 30 to 39, 1 point lead for NDA and 42. I mean, this, whatever you are seeing the Mahagathbandhan upper range, the chances of getting to this upper range is 5%, and 95% chance is that of NDA's upper range or the mid range, this is what is coming out to, because this 50% youth and particularly this incremental voter turnout is suggesting, though this youth work vote little less in comparison to the other age group because they are away from their hometown or the voting booth because of education and professional purposes, etc., etc., and they are always reluctant to vote. But this time, because of Chhat, last three election held in assembly election in Bihar held in during Dasera to Diwali. Before Diwali, the election has been concluded. But this is the first time in last 15 years that election is happening after the Chhat Puja, meaning large chunk of these migrated, these all kind of youth, A B C D E F G, all are there and they have voted, and the net 6 percentage point increment in turnout. Now, last time it was even in general election and Lok Sabha assembly election, it was 57. Now it is 67. So this
No, but
6%.
you're saying, Pradeep, 1 minute. You need to explain. You're saying that there has been a high voter turnout among youth. Many of them are migrants. As per your survey, a large number of them have voted for the Mahagathbandhan. If the Mahagathbandhan is in the fight, it's because of this youth migrant vote. It has not gone to the Jan Suraj, which many people thought. They've not gone to Prashant Kishor. They've chosen Tejashwi. Am I right?
Absolutely, you are right. You elaborated very correctly. The second thing, now I'm coming to the Mahila. Now, that's the reason why you see the among the male voters, 40 to NDA and 41 to Mahagathbandhan. Wherein female voter, it is 45 to NDA and 40 to Mahagathbandhan, meaning 5 points gap. And this Mahila vote is going to be decisive for sure. This is the reason why you see the difference is this much, and the closer range of, even if you take the worst possible scenario, which is very unlikely, 5% chance I give that scenario, 121 to NDA and 112.
And why did they choose them? Did you ask them why were the Mahila choosing the NDA? What was the reason most of them gave?
Most of them saying we are voting for Nitish Modi combined. They always say Modi's name alongside the Nitish Kumar's name. And they say कि Nitish Kumar, हम लोग पूछते हैं Nitish Kumar के बारे में आप क्या देखती हैं कि जो भी है उनकी स्वास्थ्य, हेल्थ वगैरह वगैरह, जैसे वो जैसे भी हैं, पलटू हो, स्वास्थ्य की प्रॉब्लम हो वगैरह वगैरह, वो जैसे भी है हमारे लिए बहुत अच्छे.
Okay, the Nemo factor, go ahead.
In your findings, how much was Tejashwi Yadav able to expand his vote base and get in others to vote for the Mahagathbandhan? Apart from the Muslim Yadav combined, how much was Congress able to take him forward? people like VIP, Mukesh Sahni, IP Gupta, what was the impact on ground in your findings?
The impact, everybody has contributed his assets on their own seats where they are contesting to. But having said that, the moment the Tejashwi is declared as chief minister candidate, that 3 to 4 percentage point incremental vote came into their fold, which is shifted from Prashant Kishor likely to earlier, in our tracker earlier, Prashant Kishor was scoring around 8 percentage points. In post-poll study, that come down to 4% point, because
Pradeep
the moment
ji,
you...
Pradeep ji, can you go back to what you said, that you will explain what is the condition under which it will be the higher limit with what you have predicted for the MGB and the lower limit with what you've predicted for the NDA?
Yes. So
what could happen for those numbers?
I was just explaining that 6% incremental in voter turnout on the account of deceased voters and the migrated permanently, that 48 lakhs has been deleted. Practically, though 66 lakh deleted, but these two contribute about 6 percentage points. And this 4% incremental vote, I see largely 4 out of that 4 large belongs to the youth in the age of 18 to 39 year for age group, where the both the Mahagathbandhan is having the edge.
No, you're playing you see, I'm trying to make sense of what you're saying. This is a very strange election where for once you're playing safe, suggesting that the youth in large numbers have voted one way and anti-incumbency. The Mahila, largely, of course, above the age of 30, presumably, have voted overwhelmingly for NDA, overwhelmingly or substantially higher. You've got two big demographics. It's almost as if Mahila versus Yuva. This election has become Mahila on one side, Yuva on the other. Yuva keeping Tejashwi afloat, and Mahila keeping the NDA afloat. Having said that, I would have expected one side to pull ahead. 2% normally should give a bigger victory than what you're doing. You're saying they are overall 2% ahead.
Rajdeep, if you see that when you say youth, the moment you आप जो यूथ का रेंज 18 to 29 जैसे ही करते हैं तो उसके अंदर जो that 50 become 25. Now among the later part of 25, the NDA is having 1.8, and among the other side, which is the teenager kind of a youth, 18 to 29, there Mahagathbandhan is having the substance. Having said that, it's not that all the youth Mahila is also voting in this manner. No. There also Mahila is voting little more to NDA than to Mahagathbandhan. This is what is making this election and this result.
Two questions come. One, your poll is showing a lot of regional split. Take a look at your numbers. We'll put up in places last time where NDA, BJP in particular did well. This time the Mahagathbandhan is doing slightly better. Champaran is one example we gave.
Kosi.
And there are places like Kosi. And if you look at the other way around, from what your data suggests, Patliputra and Magad, where last time it was the MGB ahead, this time the situation seems to be changing. It's changing, for example, in Bhojpur. It's almost as if there's a complete reversal. Local anti-incumbency, as per your poll, seems to matter than any statewide anti-incumbency. Am I correct?
Let me tell you, Patliputra Magad, you mentioned that last time Mahagathbandhan did very well, and that too on account of purely LJP dented the prospect of JDU in this region. Largely, when we say Patliputra Magad, this includes the Jamui, the Gaya, the Aurangabad, where large number of seats have been contested by LJP against JDU. In total state, they dented the 33 seats, which is the sizable chunk.
So Lok Janshakti has made a big difference. Lok Janshakti being with the NDA has made a big difference.
In this region, see, I'll tell you this also. Now, if you compare this Lok Janshakti, what had happened last time and this time, last time Lok Janshakti contested separately and secured 6% votes. This time they are aligned with this, meaning they added 6 points to the NDA fold, but VIP contested earlier with NDA, now with Gathbandhan, remove those 2 points from there. So that 6 become 4 in this case. And now when it comes to the Prashant Kishor, whatever Prashant Kishor is getting 4% vote, 2.5 to 3% is coming from the NDA. So that whatever LGP shifted there is more or less null and void.
So you're saying Prashant Kishor is getting more votes of NDA than of Mahagathbandhan?
Of course.
Am I correct?
Of course, you can see. Yes, of course. 75% is getting vote of NDA.
Upper caste?
12%, yes, upper caste and OBC. 12% vote he is getting of Mahagathbandhan and 13% of others.
Okay, what explains this better strike rate of the JDU than BJP?
I mean, the strike rate better, meaning there also, if you see lower range and higher range, it is 56 for lower and higher range. But having said that, JDU is doing better because on those seats, last time it is dented. So on those particular seats, their sentiment is there. This time it should not happen the case. And dent meaning last time, see, 75 to 43. I mean, BJP scored 74 seats. To 43 seats for JDU, a substantial difference. But this time, which is not happening, and that sentiment is also play in the game.
So it's not that Nitish Kumar, according to this, is actually pulling the weight of the NDA.
No. It's a. I would say to see, if you see the CM preferential choice, there you will find this answer probably. In CM preferential choice, among this 43 3% of NDA vote,
Yes, it's
Nitish Kumar is scoring 22, meaning
Pradeep ji?
rest other 21 is scoring other than Nitish Kumar. You are getting my point.
Pradeep
So
ji, last time around in 2020, you had underpolled women. Is there a chance, outside chance is that there is a possibility you could have underpolled Prashant Kishor?
I would say Prashant Kishor के लिए I am extraordinary confident. And as far as Prashant Kishor, मैं हिंदी में उसको define कर देता हूँ. जो प्रशांत किशोर है उनकी कोशिश जो है वो काबिले तारीफ है, लेकिन मंजिल अभी दूर.
मंजिल उनके लिए अभी दूर है.
ये
एक प्रश्न में
Yeah, go ahead.
सीमांचल पर आई जस्ट वांट टू ब्रिंग इन सीमांचल में काफी परिस्थिति द सिचुएशन सीम्स टू बी चेंजिंग वेयर द एमजीबी इज डूइंग मच बेटर. इज देयर नो ओवैसी इंपैक्ट दिस टाइम?
Yes, that's what I say. This time, Musalman and Yadav has decided
They have
not to
consolidated
split their
80%,
vote at
90%
any
only,
cost,
80%.
and that is the reason why I'm telling you. Among the Yadav, see, this is there where the difference make the. When I say the declaring chief minister candidate will always get more incremental vote.
But-
I'm saying not a single person of Yadav has said they are not voting for the.
Okay, but there is, let me throw the final googly question to you. You predicted Bihar last time and got it wrong.
Yeah.
The fact was you expected Tejashwi Yadav to have an edge.
Pull through.
This time you've given the edge very clearly to the NDA. Once bitten, twice shy. Is Bihar a tough state? 2015 you got it spot on. You were the only person to give the kind of sweep that Nitish and Lalu got. 2020 you got it wrong. That's why Utar Chadav I keep saying. Is 2025, how sure are you of these numbers? Given all that we've seen happening to pollsters in Haryana, in the Lok Sabha, are you dead sure? Because 41 plays 43, correct me if I'm wrong, is within the margin of error. Normally pollsters give a 2 to 3% margin of error. Are you within that margin of error?
Of course, Rajdeep, even if the worst possible scenario, if you see the our NDA lower range and Mahagathbandhan higher range, it is coming to that point only. Now, as you mentioned about our track record, let me give the full story. I'm not getting into the bigger debate. I'm simply saying out of 4, 3 Lok Sabha, and this is the third assembly election. Can you? As you mentioned, 2015, we were spot on an assembly election. In 2019, we predicted 39 seats for the NDA. They secured 39 seats. Anybody can predict that.
Yeah,
Ravi
right.
Shankar
You're right.
But is it a
Bhattacharya
tough
on
election? No,
air.
Pradeep,
Pradeep, can I ask you one-
nobody does. You see, I am asking you very clearly, is it a tough, when I look at these numbers, somewhere I get a sense, maybe you've underpolled NDA, possible, and maybe they could, with a 2% edge, get more, or
Yeah.
have you underpolled possibly one of the other parties, and thereby it becomes a close race? All I say, do you rule out a hung assembly?
Can I add to that question, Rajdeep?
Yeah,
Just with
please.
what Rajdeep said, Pradeep ji, the entire debate was that the Gathbandhan needs an X factor plus MY plus one more. If you look at your micro data, they have that 2% from VIP. And the micro data does seem to suggest that. So they do have that 2% extra. 2 to 4%
2%,
extra.
yeah, I'm telling you where
Yes.
they got this incremental vote from.
Right.
2%, as you rightly pointed out, the Malla community. Among the Ravi Dasya also, if you see that, there they got good 2-3 points more from there.
Exactly. So
And-
even
and-
then, because you had only said, Pradeep ji, that I will only watch out at 2 communities,
Dalits.
they will define this election.
Yes,
The
that's what I'm
non-Jatav
saying.
Dalits, which are the non-Ravi Dasyas, and then you had said the Malla community, when you came to our show. Now, both
Absolutely.
of them have been able to take away a bit, a sizable chunk to the MGB has gone. So why is
Yes.
it that they're doing well, yet they are falling short?
No, this chunk is total absolute number for Malla is 4 and for Jatavs
Okay.
is 5. So 9, even if they score 6 or 7 points among the 9, that 31 plus 9, 6 to 7 point, it contribute about 31 plus 6 is 37. And the rest of it, even if they secure 10 to 20% point, the 41% point you will see witness it.
So overall, after having done the exit poll, what according to you has been the X factor? Is it the Yuva?
The caste, Mahila, Yuva. These are the 3 major factors. and most importantly, the clean governance of Nitish Kumar and the honest image of Nitish Kumar has paved the way in favor of BJP despite of 20 years of rule of Nitish Kumar.
Pradeep ji,
Pradeep,
which
the
side
Last
of the
30
divide?
seconds, if I
So then in
may,
that case,
had
Nitish
the
is the central
Congress been
figure.
able to pull ahead, had the Congress been able to pull in some more numbers, they would have taken the Mahagathbandhan past the victory mark?
Yes, you can say that. You can say that. They are doing, I mean, the strike rate of Mahagathbandhan, among the Mahagathbandhan group, the RJD strike rate is still better than the Congress one.
Right.
So that would have been made the difference.
Pradeep ji, एक आखिरी सवाल. If you can tell us before you go, which side is most favorable or which will happen, the lower side of the Mahagathbandhan or the upper side and vis-a-vis NDA, which is most probable
best-
according to you?
The best possible situation in always in our range is midpoint, which is 130 to 110.
Okay, so essentially you're looking at 131 plays 108, which is not too dissimilar to what happened in 2020, is what Pradeep Gupta is. Your purple is looking very good. You're branding Axis My India. You're moving from studio to studio. This is the new gymnast called Pradeep Gupta. We'll wait and see whether you're still smiling at this time on Friday. I wish you well. And
Rajdeep.
yes, क्या है?
राजदीप एक बार
कभी
फिर से
खुशी
बोल-
कभी गम यार, लाइफ है ये.
अरे कोई टेंशन नहीं राजदीप, फिर से बोलता हूँ, एक्सिस माई इंडिया का ट्रैक रिकॉर्ड आउट ऑफ 80 पोल्स वी कुड कॉल करेक्टली द 74 6 टाइम
अरे 74 ठीक है सर. सर कोई आपको ये
तो आप ट्रैक उसकी चिंता ही ना कीजिए, आप स्माइल हमेशा रहेगी. जो आपका कभी कभी थोड़ा सा वो दिखता है तो वी कुड हैव डन बेटर, वी कुड हैव पुट
ठीक है,
मोर
सर.
एफर्ट, एंड इट्स एवरी इलेक्शन हियर एंड देयर इज ऑलवेज अ गुड लर्निंग एंड इट्स अ पैशन. वी एंजॉय
Good
दिस
luck.
लाइक
Good luck. Good
प्लेइंग एनी लाइक अ स्पोर्ट्स.
Okay,
I
we wish you well, Pradeep
You have
Gupta.
to play.
Okay, we'll wish you well. We'll see whether Bihar's pitch proves tricky again or you batted the right way. Appreciate you joining us on that Axis My India poll.